Show where I offer misguided advice about video games, game of choice Hearthstone. My name is Meerkat, and today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2015. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Bloodlips Mage deck. What is the Bloodlips Mage deck? Well, excuse me, it is a deck that has stuff in it, and it seems to work pretty well, actually. Last I checked on Hearthstone.com, this had like somewhere in the region of 300 plus upvotes, I believe. Could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop into the deck list here. So, right off the bat, I got 2 Mana Wyrms, 2 Frostbolts, 2 Unstable Portals, 2 Mad Scientists, 1 Sorcerer's Apprentice, which actually, 1 Sorcerer's Apprentice, you might kind of think, oh, it's a little bit weird to have that in this deck, but it actually fits quite well here, considering the fact that you've got your Unstable Portal, your Frostbolts, and you've got an Arcane Intellect and some other secrets and stuff like that. It actually works out quite well to have one, especially since you've got the 2 Mana Wyrms and the 2 Mad Scientists to pull out. There's a lot of cool synergy that can happen here. Moving right along, 2 Counterspells, 2 Mirror Entities, 2 Kirin Tor Mages to pull out those secrets, 2 Fireballs, 1 Polymorph, Kezan Mystic. I don't know how you pronounce that, and my cat is having fun scratching the scratching post over there. Moving on, 2 Piloted Shredders, 2 Azure Drakes, 1 Loatheb, 2 Sludge Belchers, a Flamestrike for some board wipe, Dr. Boom, and Ragnaros. Let's go ahead and back out of here and hop into a match, shall we? So Bloodlips is it's a pretty popular deck in terms of mage decks that are out there, aside from Mech Mage, which, by the way, if you are a mage, you are allowed to play something other than a Mech Mage. I know it's the most popular deck out there, but kids, you can't always go with what's cool. Even though all I ever do is play decks that I find on the internet. So, whatever. It is what it is, potato, potato. Even though that phrase really has no place here, but whatever. Okay. I'm going to keep the Mana Wyrm, Mad Scientist, the Counterspell. Let me go ahead and throw back the Loatheb. We're playing against a Paladin. There's nothing really that I want to hold on to the Loatheb for just right now. Now, he is going to probably be under the assumption that I am a Mech Mage, because I've got a Mana Wyrm, I've got a Mad Scientist, and I've got an Unstable Portal. So let's go ahead and see how this works out. Drop down the Mana Wyrm turn 1. If he does decide to drop down a Mad Scientist, we'll be able to trade it out and still keep this guy alive. Looks like he's not going to be doing that, so I am totally cool with that. And let's go ahead and drop down the coin, drop down a Kirin Tor Mage, pop open a Counterspell, ignore his dude, and end the turn. And meanwhile, I'm going to move my kitty. Oh, kitty! My kitty loves to jump up on the table. Okay, so turn 2, and we've got 2 pretty good minions on the table, and we're looking pretty good right now, if I do say so myself. He might be attacking into the Mana Wyrm with his Silverhand Recruit, so that way I have to, kind of forces me to trade the Mana Wyrm here with the Zombie Chow. Oh, looks like he's not going to be doing that. He's going to get an equality, counterspelled. Excellent play by us, if I do say so. Really strange play here. Not quite sure what that was all about. Let's see, it's turn 3. Next turn he could drop down the Consecration. So because of that, I'm going to go ahead and just swap out the Kirin Tor here. Let's go ahead and pop the Unstable Portal, get that extra plus up on Mana Wyrm. Bada bing, bada boom, we got a new minion on the table. End the turn. Alright, we're looking pretty good. So Bloodlips is it's a pretty good deck. I mean, it's basically, you've got a lot of options to kind of stave off early aggressors, kind of get into the middle of the game, and you've got some late game cards like your Ragnaros and your Dr. Boom that will prove to be quite useful. Okay, so it looks like my Mana Wyrm days are over. So with that being the case, I'm going to go ahead and drop down... I'll go ahead and drop down the Mad Scientist. Let's go ahead and do... Guess we'll do that. And end the turn. So we still have board control. We've got a Mad Scientist on the table. If he does decide to drop down the Consecration, this guy will stay alive. Plus we will get a secret from the Mad Scientist. Looks like he's not going to be doing that. He's going to drop down the Piloted Shredder. Not too terribly worried about it. This turn, I think I'm going to go ahead and drop down the Do I want to drop down Loatheb, or do I want to drop down Unstable Portal? I don't want to use a Polymorph. I've only got one in this deck, and I want to hold on to that in case he does have a beefy card. Do I Loatheb, or do I Unstable Portal? Let's do it. Unstable Portal. See what we get. Roll the dice. Ooh, awesome. Okay, I'll go with that. Very cool. And what did I get? Got myself a Counterspell. Very, very cool. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to trade here, which I don't really want to do, because if he does drop down a Consecration, then I'm kind of gonna be boned. He could do an Equality Consecration combo wombo here. I don't think he's gonna be doing that. Okay, cool. So he is gonna be dropping down the True Silver Champion, and most likely, yep, gonna attack into the flesh-eating ghoul. He doesn't want it to get any crazier than it already is, and that's quite all right with me. If only my Mana Wyrm could benefit from the Fireball. Let me go ahead, drop down a Loatheb, pick off a Silverhand Recruit, continue to attack into his face. He's going to have a hard time trying to get rid of that Loatheb unless he's gotten himself an Equality, or if he does do a Consecration and then follows it up with the True Silver Champion. Next turn, if I draw into a Dr. Boom, that would be fantastic. Fantastico. But looks like I might not be doing that. Just because, you know, anytime you want a card, you're not going to get the card unless you're Day 9, who always seems to get whatever it is that he says he's going to top deck. At least from my experience watching this show. Okay. Looks like he did land the knife exactly where he wanted to on that Loatheb. He's going to pick it up with his True Silver Champion. The cool thing is he's down to 12 hit points. If I draw into another Fireball, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Let's go ahead and drop down a Piloted Shredder. I think we'll go ahead and trade here. Pick that guy off, keep the Mana Wyrm alive just at least for another turn in case he does happen to pop down one more Silverhand Recruit with 1/1 stats and he doesn't get rid of this guy. Yep, so it's looking pretty good. Next turn I might be dropping down a Ragnaros, might be dropping down a Fireball. Okay, Kirin Tor Mage, that's exactly why we held on to the Polymorph. That looks like that is going to be game. Well played indeed. Alrighty. And ta-da! 6 points of damage, exactly bring him down to 0 points of health, and we win the video game. Cool. Alright, so folks, that is Bloodlips Mage deck. Hope you enjoyed watching it. I'm going to back out of here one more time. Go ahead and show you the card list here. Where'd it go? Up here. So yeah, a couple of things to keep in mind. You've got a lot of good synergy in the early portion of the game. I mean, if you look at the mana curve here, you got 2 1-cost cards, 7 2-cost cards, 7 3-cost cards. So this is a really good deck for early aggression type of opponents. And it's also good for yourself to just go ahead and start laying down the aggro early on. The cool thing I like about this deck though is it's got a really nice curve. Onto the 4 minion cost, you've got, or 4 cost cards, you've got 6 of them, and then followed by the 5s, you've got 5 of them, and then you've got 3 7+ cards, 1 Flamestrike, and 2 beefy cards. So this is a really, really great deck. We did not have to use a Kezan Mystic, but oh my gosh, it is so rewarding when you're playing against a mage or a hunter who throws out a secret and you just slap that onto the table and you steal all their secrets. Well, you steal one of their secrets anyways. It's a really rewarding feeling, and actually a lot of people are playing it these days, so don't be surprised if you're going to be playing against other opponents who themselves might have a Kezan Mystic. Listen, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but yeah, you're going to see a lot of people playing this, and I've actually had a couple of games where we're just kind of going back and forth with each other's secrets. I drop a secret, then he drops a Kezan Mystic and steals it, and then I drop a Kezan Mystic and I steal his secret back, well, what was originally my secret, and then he drops down a second Kezan Mystic and steals it again, and all kinds of crazy things happen. But yeah, going back to the deck here, you got some good early synergy going on with the Mana Wyrm, the Frostbolt, the Unstable Portals, the Sorcerer's Apprentice. All of this is gold right here. Especially if you were going turn 2, as you just saw. You have the Mana Wyrm turn 1, turn 2 you coin into a Kirin Tor Mage, and you pop open a secret. Now you've got a buffed up Mana Wyrm, you've got a Kirin Tor Mage on the table, plus you got a secret. already in play, and it's only turn 2. So that is an awesome opener. It's about as good as it's gonna get with this particular type of deck. And yeah, moving on, you got a Polymorph. Make sure to save it for good ones like we did. He brought out Tyrion, and basically we were able to just pave the way and take home the game-winning kill. 2 Piloted Shredders for sticky cards moving into the middle portion of the game. 2 Azure Drakes for a little bit more card draw. Loatheb to kind of clutch your player into not being able to make any kind of spell cards. 2 Sludge Belchers, awesome Naxxramas card. You could argue possibly the best Naxxramas card. You know, of course, that constitutes what do you define as the best card? Well, in my opinion, I think the best card is what most people are continually playing because there's a lot of value in Sludge Belcher. And that's about it. Yeah, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found out, if nothing else, what not to do by watching me play. You might have seen me make a few mistakes. Just a few. But anyways, yeah, folks, leave me a suggestion or comment in the comments below. If you have any deck that you would like me to showcase, go ahead and send me a message. I will go ahead and hop over to hearthstone.com or liquidhearth.com, figure out what kind of decks are being played out there, especially if you have one that you want me to showcase. I'll go ahead and showcase it. And yeah, hit a like for me if you will. It does help out my channel. And until next time, my name is Meerkat.